everybody, welcome back to another episode of Get Out and Explore with John. Today is another campground review. We are at the Jonesborough Cherokee KOA here in northeast Tennessee, and I wanted to give you a little tour of the campground that we've been staying at for the last couple days. So let's go check it out. Before I get started, here is a map of the campground so that you can follow along with me and see where each of the areas that I'm discussing is located. So this is Route 81. You're going to come in right into the entrance of the campground here. It's well marked, so shouldn't have any problem finding it. It's about 10 miles southwest of Jonesborough, off of I-26 here in northeast Tennessee. As you come in, you obviously are immediately going to come to the office to check in, and where they have the camp store right in this building here. We'll check that out later. When we arrived, the camp host, very friendly, came out and greeted us right when we pulled in and helped us get right down to our site after check-in and helped us back in. So very nice camp host here. The top loop here at the campground is where you're going to find the two camp hosts, and this is the bathhouse and laundry facilities. We'll check that out later. You have a number of back-end sites here. Looks like every site is a full hookup site. They do have these two sites here in the corner are premium sites where they have fenced-in areas. So if you're bringing your dog, you could try and reserve one of these two sites here, and they have little fenced areas so you can let your dog out and not worry about them getting loose. Have a number of other back-end sites here. And right over here is a vintage, I believe 1949 trailer that is also a unique rental option here at the campground. Some of these things are so we're not going to go snooping around, but that's pretty cool. Got this neat little vintage trailer here. That's pretty cute. Actually, I haven't seen anything like that before, but I walk around the other side here. It even has a cute little bay window on the front of it. So I don't know how old this thing is, but I'm sure it's not roadworthy, but it's a cute little thing here. Has a little porch on the back of it. So the campground here does have a partnership with Blue Ridge Paddling, where they will come and pick you up at your campsite, take you whitewater rafting, and then bring you back to your campground. So that's pretty cool. It's a little bit too chilly to do that now, but I guess in the summertime that'd be a pretty cool activity to do. Go check out the camp store. Camp store and registration. Got a little toy area here for the kids if they want something to do that they didn't bring along with them. Here's desk where you're checking in. Got some nice little souvenirs here. Little, dog treats. Wow, that's pretty nice. Little section over here of camping supplies if you forgot anything or anything broke while you're here. This is a little section for it. Little fire starters up there and charcoal. Over on this side, we got a little bit of a pantry going. Looks like some stuff for some s'mores or pancakes, and shampoos if you forgot any of that kind of stuff. Pretty nice. Little drink area. And it looks like maybe they have some gemstones here for the gem mining out back. And then your obligatory souvenir area. T-shirts, coasters. Wow, really nice in here. A little bit of everything, some candles. They did a really nice job. And wow, look at that nice fireplace they have here. And then the one last thing I did see, back in this space here, they have a treadmill, and it looks like they have some games, indoor and outdoor games, that you could possibly rent or borrow if the weather allows. And a little library here, so you can pick up a book if you want to just sit down by the river and read a book. Very nice. Rec room open from 10 to 5 daily. KOA rules for dogs are they must be on a leash at all times, 6-foot leash. But this campground actually has a separate dog run, which is a nice amenity here. Just outside of the front gate. There's the trash area, but just down here is a fenced-in area to let your dogs run free. It's open 24/7 and has lights, so you want to come down here in the evening, you could bring the dogs down here in the evening. Not very big, but it's still a nice little amenity to have, let your dogs run. Here's the Camp K9 rules, and just so you know, they do have 2 separate gates here, so there shouldn't be any escapees. And they do provide poop bags and receptacle for that, so pretty nice little area here for the dogs. In this next little segment, we're going to see the bathhouse, but I wanted to let you know ahead of time that this is probably the cleanest and nicest bathhouse that I've seen at any campground that I've ever been to. Okay, we'll give you a quick tour of the men's bathroom, because no campground review is complete without a tour of the bathhouse. Come in, we got separate shower rooms, 2 separate shower rooms. Looks like everything's very clean in here. Even have a little heater going, so it's nice and toasty in here. Sinks. And looks like they have 2 separate toilet compartments. Very nice. And 2 yards. Let's go check out the laundry facilities. Okay, 2 washers, 2 dryers. Folding area here. It says each load is $2 for the wash, $2 to dry. One thing I will tell you is if you're making reservations and you're going to try and get the loop up here next to the camp store, you're right next to the main road right behind me here. They do have a fence to separate the roadway from the campground, but I'm just going to warn you that there is a lot of road noise. You might have heard it in some of the other clips. So if you're going to reserve a spot, I would recommend going down by the river. Blocks all of the road noise, plus you get the benefit of the nice view of the river. And here's one of the premium sites they have here. This is Site 13. There's a nice little fire pit area and a little gazebo back here with a table. And it has a grill for you. Very nice area right inside of the main gate here, and it has a pretty nice view overlooking the rest of the campground. And right over here, they actually have an old train caboose that they've converted into 2 separate rental spaces. So we're going to check that out here and take a look inside the caboose. So I thought these caboose rentals were pretty cool and unique, so I asked at the front office if I could maybe just take a quick look inside, and since nobody's currently renting them, they gave me the key, and let's go check out what the caboose has. And you can get a nice little fire pit here of your own, and a grill, and nice little seating area up here right outside of the caboose, and your own little deck. Pretty nice setup here. something I've never seen before, a little caboose turned into a rental cabin, so this ought to be pretty unique and cool. Let's go inside and check it out. Wow, really nice in here. This bed, seating area. Little table to eat. Got yourself your own little refrigerator and coffee pot. Sink here and bathroom. Hey, this is a pretty nice setup. It's like a hotel room in here. Pretty nice. Ceiling fan. Got some windows up high there. And a TV. This is a very nice setup. I think I was told by the lady at the front desk that these units go for around $150 a night, depending on the season. So you can call and check availability and pricing for specific dates. Yeah, really nice setup they have here. Got some nice little train pictures up on the wall here, and some vintage train posters. Overall, really nice. I could do this for sure. All right, well, that's gonna do it for the Caboose cabin rentals. And right next to the Caboose rental area, they have a nice green space here, and one of the activities they have are horseshoe pits. So something else to keep you busy while you're at the campground. And as you come down the road, over here to the left, they're gonna have a nice big field here for activities, group activities. I have a nice playground set up here for the kids. There's a couple of small trucks there they can play with. And then over here, something I haven't seen before, a little something unique. There's a rock outcropping here on the side of this hill, and they have some ropes and nets that the kids could use to do a little beginner rock climbing. So that's kind of cool. And then right above that, there's a stage, so I assume they have presentations at some point during the summer when their campground is full. And then just beyond the playground here, there is a pavilion set up for larger gatherings. There's a charcoal grill here, and there's water at the pavilion. And then they also have a gem mine that the kids could do. And right up here, there's a projector and a screen, so I assume they show movies in the evenings. All right, as you come down the main road into the campsite here, there are two loops that you're going to find. Interspersed with the campsites, there's a couple of tent sites. They do have water, I believe, and electricity. And then you have the loop here on the left, has some back-end sites, full hookups. And then they also have, right here in front of me, a couple of pull-through sites for longer units. And then down along the river here, they're also going to have more back-end sites which have a spectacular view of the river here. This is my site right here with our rig, and there's a number of sites right along the river here. Each site, they're pretty decent size. Each site's going to have a picnic table and a fire ring, as you can see. And then over here on the side, just beyond this unit over here, on site 26, there is a fishing pond, but I'm not going to go back there because that's I'd be going through somebody's campsite to get back in there, but there's a fishing pond back in there. So there's a total of 41 sites here at the campground. And as you can see, the loop here to the left, there's not many trees, so you're going to be exposed to the sunlight and the weather. The loop here to the right, which we'll take a quick walk through right now, much more wooded, but they do have a number of sites back in here that are back-end sites only. There's a couple more tent sites in here, and then as it loops around, you're going to get back to the river, where there's going to be more back-end sites at the river. They do have one deluxe cabin up here on the hill that is available for rent. I think the sites that are back in this loop here are for bigger rigs. They look like they're a lot deeper. Sites here can accommodate much larger equipment. This is mid-October, and the weather is very nice. The surroundings here very rustic, in the mountains. It's a very nice setting back in here. It's very peaceful, especially with the river running right by the campground. Take you down here to the river to let you know you are allowed to go fishing in the river and the pond that I showed, but you do have to have a valid Tennessee fishing license to fish in either area here, but they do allow fishing. Alright guys, get a load of the Site 29 view that we have here right outside the back of our camper, the Nilochucky River. This is freaking gorgeous, and wow, it's beautiful just to sit here and listen to the river go by, and especially open the windows at night and listen to the water as you're sleeping. Very relaxing. Nothing like roasting marshmallows on the fire next to the river. But there's one thing better than roasting marshmallows: making s'mores. There's nothing like an ooey gooey s'more. Here we go. Campfire deliciousness. Before I wrap things up, I wanted to give you a little bit of history about the area and the campground itself. The area surrounding the campground has a history rich in mining, including lead and iron, that played a big role in the history of this area for over 100 years. In fact, the mines were purchased by a British syndicate in 1890, who built this house, which is now in fact the office and gift shop for the campground. Over time, many additions were added onto the house, which currently has 25 rooms and 8 working fireplaces. And in fact, the original antique safe used by the Chucky Trading Company is still in use today. Well, I think that's going to do it for the campground tour and review here today. Overall, I really enjoyed my stay here. I think I was here for 4 days, and had a good time. The scenery around this area is beautiful, and the campground is very well maintained and well kept, clean. The bathrooms are immaculate. I really enjoyed my time here. There's plenty of things to do for the family and the kids. So overall, I'd probably give this campground a rating of probably 8 out of 10. And the most important thing is, would I come back here again? And I think the answer to that question is yes. I would come back here if I were in the area. This place is very nice and peaceful, so it's worth checking out if you're in the area. I would recommend checking this out and maybe staying here. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I gave you a little bit of information about the campground, and hopefully that'll help you make a decision if you're in the area, if you want to come by here. So like I always say, you never know what you're going to see. Get out and explore with John.